What the hell is up, guys? My name is Donnie, and today I'm going to be answering a question that I've had since the beginning of starting my band back in 2018. I'm going to be showing you guys one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest way to do in-ear monitoring for live stage use as a band, no matter how many people are in. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so, like, say you're a young band, 4 or 5 piece. My band, Torn Soul, is a 5-piece band, and we've been kicking it since high school back in 2018. And we've always wondered, like, how can we get in-ear monitoring? Because when you're playing live, you have to rely on the sound guy at the venue, and it's always through, depending on the venue, it's always through like some shittier, like, on stage amps that'll send sound to you or whatever. And I was always wondering, I'd watch videos, how can I make the cheapest way to do in-ears? But it would always be cheapest wireless in-ears, this and that, and it'd still be like $1,000 or more, right? So I found this solution myself because we bought a Scarlett 18i20 a while ago because we wanted to record our own stuff or whatever, and produce ourselves. So we bought the Scarlett 18i20 and we tried to do a few EPs and it sounded like shit, so either way we had an 18i20 laying around. So if you have like an 18i20 or a bigger interface laying around, this would be best for you. If not, I will give some references to like a cheaper Behringer 18i20 kind of clone, and you can get yourselves it's not a wireless rig, but it is a wired rig, but either way you will have click and everything and personal mixes for everybody. There's a little bit that goes to it, but let me just show you the first thing. So let's hop on Sweetwater and I will show you everything you need. Okay, so we're over here, we're right on Sweetwater. I'm going to show you the first thing you're going to need is this Behringer Euphoria if you don't have an 18i20 laying around like I was lucky to have. So the Behringer Euphoria is pretty much the same thing that an 18i20 would do. 18 inputs, got 10 outputs. So the reason you have this is what's sending your signal to your XLR cables, to your battery pack, then to your headphones, right? So pretty much here are the outputs right here, okay? So what you're gonna do is assign each mix in Reaper or whatever DAW you prefer to use to an output that will send to each person, okay? And you can label them however you want to do that, and that's gonna be your bread and butter. And then with the inputs, I use this right here. I use this Line 6 Pod Go for our live sound at the moment. Can't really see it very well here, but so pretty much I'm running the amp or the line out of this into one of the inputs of our mixer or our interface, and then I'll have an ARMS recording track playing that where it will send the signal to my DAW, then I can route it out to me per mix bus, and you can do it like that, or if you prefer to mic up cabinets, you can do it that way, where you mic up your cabinet and send the mic line to an input, and same thing. So that's the first thing you're gonna need. This is $300 starting off. That's the bigger purchase on the list, okay? The next thing you will need is the Behringer P2s, right? So the Behringer P2, where did I put mine? This is the Behringer P2, really small little thing here. I've got it labeled with my name on it, but XLR on the bottom. It's powered by AAA batteries. Sorry about that. It is powered by AAA batteries. Your XLR goes in here. Here's your volume for it. Turn it on and off like that. It's got this little clip for your belt. This is how you take it apart. This little button here pops it right out. If I can get it out, just like that. And there's your batteries on the inside. Okay. So this is the thing that is receiving the signal from your DAW and from the interface. But yeah, they're $60 a piece right now. When I bought them, they were like 40 a piece, but you buy each one per each band member. And then the last couple things you'll need is we use these cheap Behringer earbuds, $40 a piece here. As you can see, not much to it, just in-ears. It comes with different sizes and everything, and an adapter and a case. Not much to see. One thing I will say, I will be investing in new earbuds soon, because many times these stay in your ears really well. There's no problem with that. But when I'm breaking down, I'll drop them, and like these caps on the back of them, like like this part comes apart and they'll fall off and they'll accidentally step on them or something. So that's one thing to be cautious of for these specific earbuds, alright? And then the last thing you will need is just buy yourself some XLRs if you don't have them already. Here's a 2-pack. These are the same ones that we use for $50 to $5, you know. Can't really go wrong with a nice cable. So get whatever cables you prefer to get. And then I guess we'll hop into Reaper, and I will show you how to set up the routing and the mixes, I guess. Okay, so now we're in Reaper, right? So I just started a fresh project, and I'll show you the basics of how this works. So, you know, you're just gonna double click to add some tracks, just like this. I'm just gonna set up a very basic thing. You know, say you're a 4-piece band. For my band's 5-piece. You can do this with however many people you want, okay? So we're just gonna name this singer, and then we're gonna label them for each person, pretty much. So okay, so I just went ahead and named the tracks and colored the tracks for you. So pretty much, this is each person's mix bus. All right, we're gonna use this as a mix bus. So what you're gonna do is, so singer, you know, he's gonna have one vocals. So I'm gonna add another track. I'm gonna drag it up underneath right here. Okay, so this is gonna be his vocal chain. So Vox, right here, this is gonna be his vocal chain. Say he wants whatever effects. I'm just gonna add on just a reverb here, just for, say your vocalist just wants a reverb on his voice, right? So he wants to hear reverb on his voice, and you pretty much will have this turned on. You'll have this armed, the above track armed, and the bottom track armed, right? And say he's in input 1 of your interface. His microphone's going to input 1, okay? So we'll just say that. And pretty much what you're gonna do is do that for each person. Guitar, like I said, I use a Line 6 Pod Go, so I'll just name it Pod Go. And my output, or I mean my input of that will go into, we'll say, let's just arm this track. We'll say input 2, right? I'm not using the big interface right now, but we'll just make that input 2 right here, just like that. And you know, so on and so forth. You would do bass, say input 4, same thing, drag a track underneath it, arm that track. Input 4, if he's got a pedal that's going into that, I'm just gonna name it Dark Glass because that's what my bassist uses. So his Dark Glass is gonna be put in input 4, and so on and so forth. Drums, you know, if you've got overhead mics or anything that you're going to be plugging into certain inputs, just make sure whatever microphone input, so like say you just got overhead here, say that's an input 10, for example, right? You would then arm the track, put input 10. I don't have an input 10 on this interface that I'm using on my desk here, but you would just name that input 10, and that would pretty much be your drums monitoring and everything else, okay? So that's how you get your sounds in there, alright? So the next thing you're going to want to do, right? Say you have a master track, okay? So what I'm going to do is name this master tracks, okay? So the way we were doing it is we would put the master tracks of our song. So our song would be playing, right? And we all wanted it at different volumes. So what you would do if you wanted it at different volumes, say your guitar player, right? Your guitar player here, he wants to hear his guitar louder than the master, right? So the master's doesn't need to be armed, but I'm just going to insert media file. Let's just do a random. Say this is my master track right here. So that's my master track. We'll just say that. And I've got it underneath the guitar's mix bus. But say he wanted the master to be quieter and he wanted to hear Pod Go louder, right? You would just mix it accordingly. If you all want the master at the same level, you've talked about it, you all want the master at the same level, you can get away with just putting a master track right here at the bottom, just like that. And then you can just drag or copy and paste your master track right here. And then in routing, which I'll show you in just a second, in routing you could route that to each person's output, just a standalone master track. But I found it better with my band to have everybody be able to adjust the volumes of things the way they wanted to do. So that's why we did it that way. So if you're in that same boat, we'll delete that and we'll just say everybody wants a different volume. So let me go through and make everybody's a different master track. Okay, so I went ahead and gave everybody a master track, as you see here. And I went ahead and also inserted my band's song, The Test, featuring Oliver Ray Aileron of Archspire. If you guys like that kind of stuff, if you like fast deathcore, go check us out. But we'll just say this is our master track, okay? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because I've got them, I don't have them routed yet, but here's our master track. Okay. So that's our master track. It's under each person's mix bus, alright? So now you have each person's mix bus where their input's going in. You got your effects on it, you got your guitars plugged in, you got your bass plugged in, your drums plugged in, whether it be, like, I know my drummer he monitors his kicks, because he's got a trigger system. He'll monitor that through here, and then he'll just listen to the tracks and play the songs. So that's how he does it. Your drummer may do it differently. Maybe you'll have 5 mics set up or whatever for your drummer. It's whatever they prefer. But so now we got masters in each one. The most important one, the biggest reason for playing with tracks and in-ears, in my opinion, is having a click. So what you're gonna do for a click is pretty much whatever BPM your song is at of your master, you can select your region, okay? Say my song is, we'll just say it's 120, and we're gonna insert a MIDI, insert a click source here, sorry. So we're gonna insert this click source and we're gonna drag it underneath. So we're gonna name this click, okay? We're gonna name this click, and you will proceed to put that under each person's, alright? Each person's mix bus, a click. For your song, for everything. It'd probably be better if I dragged the click in first before I dragged this specific song in, because it is not 120 BPM. But for the purpose of getting this video done, I'm just gonna show you how it would work. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the master tracks for everything, just to kind of show you, because say you've got your masters in, you got your volume set on the masters, you can use the mixer at the bottom, and now you've got your click. Okay, so I'm going to add a click to every track, and I'm going to color some things so it's a little easier to understand and see. So give me just a second. Okay, so I went ahead and colored everything so you can see it a little better. So pretty much the click is underneath everybody's mix bus. Okay, so this is where it gets important per person. So we'll use like my track as an example. I'm guitar. So, where I would usually like it, I like my guitar up, and I would like the master track down a little bit, and then I would like the click up as high as I can have it without it peaking and hurting, because that's what I like to hear. I like to hear my guitar and the click and a little bit of the song in the background. You can also drag, like, if you wanted to individually hear, like, say you wanted to hear your vocalist, you could drag, like, you could copy and paste his vocal track here and put it in yours and route it to your output. But what I found with doing that is, like, especially with these more affordable in-ears, the earbuds and stuff, it just gets too muddy and too much to handle. So, like, keeping it simple, I would just monitor your own thing, listen to a click, and listen to your masters. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You've got your master in, you've got your click in, and you've got your personal instrument going in. So now we got to go to the routing side of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Routing Matrix. So you're going to go View, alright? So we're going to go to View, and then we're going to go down to Routing Matrix right here, or it's Alt-R is the shortcut. So you're going to click Routing Matrix, okay? So at first, I had a lot of headaches, and this is where it got tricky for me, alright? So pretty much, you see on this side, you see all of your mix buses here, right? Guitar 1, singer, bass, drums, alright? So, this is the part that I can't show you completely, but it will have all of these different things here. It will have your inputs here, your outputs here, okay? So, on the outputs on the Behringer or the 18920, it will have 1 through 18, all the way this way. So on this personal interface that I have on my desk, it's only got 1 and 2. So we're just gonna act like it has it, and I'm gonna show you. So for Singers, say Singers XLR to battery pack is in output 1 of your mixer, of your interface. You're gonna click this right here, alright? That's gonna send this whole bus to output 1. So you can adjust your levels, you can test it, you'll be hearing it in output 1, and you're get used to the way you sound, like it, cool, save the project. Now you have in-ears for your singer. You know, guitar 1 here is going to be going to output 2. So you go down where you see guitar 1 and you're going to go over to output 2. Click that. It's pretty simple. It's not hard to mess up, alright? So then you go so on and so forth. With bass, it'd be output 3, click here. Output 4 for drums, click here, wherever that would be. And I mean, that's pretty much it. As long as you do it on the top track where it says guitar, singer, bass, drums, that's why I color coded it to kind of show you, you will get your whole bus routed personally to you. And what I mean by bus, I don't know if I showed you guys this earlier, but this is the bus, right? So here's your main track, and then you have these 3 tracks underneath it. Don't get it mistaken by having them like this. If they're all just sitting underneath it, that's not connected. So you need to shift click. If it looks like this and it looks level, you need to shift click and drag it up. You'll see the blue line. Go up 1 more where you see it go underneath it. And then that will be routing to outputs. So, I mean, that's really it. You get your mixes down. And I don't think I left anything out, but if I did, please leave a comment and let me know if you're familiar. I might have messed it up. This is the first time kind of explaining this thing in a video style format. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try and start doing some more content here soon. So yes, subscribe if you feel like it, and if you liked it, drop a like, leave a comment if I messed up. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Have a good day. See ya. Okay guys, there's one more thing that I forgot to mention. You will need something to contain all of this gear that you're buying, like a rack box like this one right here. You can get them cheap. I got mine from a place called Music Go Round, which is like a buy trade store. Yeah, you can buy whatever rack case you want, and then you'll put all this equipment in the rack case. Sorry I forgot to mention that, but now I'm out of here. I'll see you guys. Bye.